Alright guys, this is my father's house mini mansions. Yeah, I had to make room on my phone so I could record more or longer. So I got 35 minutes, so I'll make a 30-minute video. Yeah, I had to remove some apps and some videos and to make some room. Cause you know how videos clogging memory up. But anyways, I just had a rapture dream and a heavenly dream. And I got Bible verses to back it up, just like my previous video. But in my dream, I was in church today called Pipeline to Jesus Church in New Berlin, Wisconsin. And and everybody was receiving spiritual healing, and including myself. And in a dream, when everybody received spiritual healing, we circled around pastors and prayed for them, and lifted our hands and asked the Lord to protect them and guide them, because we're all under spiritual attacks from satanic attacks, including pastors and deacons and preachers. And he's attacking on both sides. It don't matter if it's pastor or Gentile like me, it don't matter whoever, we're both getting attacked on both sides. So yeah, the enemy never takes a day off, and he certainly won't stop what he's doing. That's basically his job. If you wouldn't put it this way, if Satan wouldn't take control when God first created him, then none of this wouldn't ever happen. If he would have said, "Thank you, Lord, for creating me. Thank you for putting me in this position. Thank you for putting me side by side with you, and thank you for, allowing me to guard your throne, and thank you for making me a security guard and allow your throne." If you would have said thank you to all them things and instead of doing the opposite, yeah, demons wouldn't exist at all, and he wouldn't have got kicked out of heaven in the first place. But instead, he did the opposite, tried to take over, and basically he got jealous of God's throne and wanted to kick God off his own throne, and he take over. Like, for example, if we're in a car, me and you're in a car, and I'm in the passenger seat, and I see you driving, I get jealous. I'm like, hey, why don't you that's not fair that you're driving, I'm not. Why don't you get out of the seat, let me take over. I want to be the driver and say, it's not fair. That's how Lucifer felt. He felt that wasn't fair, so he decided to take over, kick God off his own throne, and he'd take over the throne. But God wasn't having that. He wasn't having that at all. But anyways, in this dream, as we was all in a circle, and all of a sudden, we just vanished, we just disappeared. It was like a flash. Like that movie, Left Behind with Nicolas Cage in there, when she was hugging her brother in the mall. It was like a flash. Lights didn't go out this time, like all the rest of my dreams. It was a flash, and everybody closed on the ground, and everybody closed on the ground, and all the seats had clothes in them, including mine. Well, actually, I was standing up, so yeah. Yeah, two parts of that actually. Yeah, one I was sitting down, and the other part I was standing up. My clothes in the seat and my clothes on the ground. So it was two parts of that dream. Yeah, and then the rapture happened, and everybody was taken. I mean, everybody, the whole church, everybody clothes in that church is just everywhere, clothes all over the place. Everybody who worked there, their clothes on the ground. So yeah, because Lord said, he said, we shall descend from heaven with the shout of an archangel, means that whoever will remain will go up. He didn't say our clothes are going to go up. He said we will go up. Clothes be left behind, because they don't say nothing about clothes. And at 1 Thessalonians 14 through 18. So, and second dream, I was at the bema seat, bowing down, when the fire was testing my works, and a whole bunch of rewards were popping out of it. Yeah, it was a whole bunch of rewards, like popping out of the and up in heaven when I was in front of his throne, bowing down to him. I was like holding my hands like this, and I was literally bowing down in front of him, and rewards kept popping out from left to right. I think I said that in one of my previous videos too. Yeah, I was at the bema seat, and thousands upon multitudes upon millions upon thousands of souls was behind me. I mean, millions and multiples of thousands. I mean, so many couldn't even number them. And I seen a video on YouTube with people, multitudes standing before a white throne judgment, and after that, a lake of fire. So that's sad how I saw that video, because a lot of people are forcing themselves down there voluntarily. They rather serve enemy and burn than to serve the Lord and have glorification and rewards and mansions. They rather burn than have that. So to them it's worth burning, but later on when they burn, they're going to realize they made a mistake, but then it'll be too late. So, but anyway, I got a Bible verse for you guys to back it up. It's in 1 Thessalonians 4, 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, 14 through 18. And I'm reading for an NET Bible. And it says, if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, so that we believe that God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep, means in the ground, already in the grave, as Christians, for we tell you this by the word of the Lord, that we who are alive, who are left until the coming of the Lord, we surely not go ahead of those who fall asleep. In other words, we saying in 15 is like we're not going to go before the dead. Dead's going to go first, then us. In 16, everybody knows when for Lord himself shall come down from heaven with a shout, a command, with the voice of an archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Like I said, the dead rise first. And then whoever alive who are left will suddenly caught up together with them in the clouds and meet the Lord in the air. So we always be with the Lord there. So therefore, comfort each other with these words. Yeah, so therefore, when dead rise up, we're going to go up with them at the same time. And this one is New King James Version, and I'll be reading from verse 14. For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so God will bring with him those who sleep in Jesus. That's a rapture. For then we say to you by the word of the Lord, that we who are alive and remain until the coming of the Lord by no means necessary perceive that those who are fall asleep. Man, like I said, those who are in the grave, who are resting in peace right now, they're going to come out first, and then we go with them. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of an archangel, with a trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then whoever remain alive shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, and meet the Lord in the air. Thus shall always be with the Lord. Therefore, comforting one another with these words. It say, then who are alive and remain shall be caught up. I don't say nothing about clothes going up. As verse 17. I don't say nothing about clothes. You don't say, then whoever remain alive with their clothes on shall. You don't say nothing about clothes. Nothing. That means these clothes right here, they stay behind. These clothes right here, earthly clothes, they stay behind. So 17, it don't say then who are alive or remain with clothes on shall be caught up. It don't say with clothes on. It don't say nothing about clothing. Nothing. If you read for yourself, it don't say nothing about clothes or animals. Even though animals are in heaven already, but God have his animals, human animals on earth, and God have his own animals. He ain't like the animals on earth, believe me. Yeah, it ain't like that. But anyway, yeah, that verse and the other one, bear with me, look it up here also. Let's see, the other verse too We all will stand before a judgment seat, and I prove that to you also. I think it's 1 Corinthians, I think. 5:10, I think. Oh wait, yeah, I think it's 5:10. Yeah, I think it's 5:10. I think. No, I think it's 2 Corinthians or the 2 Corinthians. I think it's 2 Corinthians. Yep. Yeah, 2 Corinthians. Alright, let me go there real quickie. Bear with me, guys. 2 Corinthians 5:10. That describes my secondary and that backs it up. 2 Corinthians 5:10. That backs it up. Yes, 2 Corinthians 5:10 and 2 Corinthians 3. Wait, 1 Corinthians. Wait, let me read the 1 Corinthians first. These two verses backs it up. 1 Corinthians 3, 11 through 15. 3, 11 through 15. Yeah, that backs it up. Yep, that backs up my dream that I had. Verses, let me go there real quickie. 3. I guess all the way to 3. Alright. And here it is, 1 Corinthians 3, 11 through 16. And it says, "For no one can lay any foundation other than that is being laid, for which is Jesus Christ. If anyone builds on a foundation with gold, silver, or precious stones, wood, hay, or straw, each build's work will be plainly seen, for the day will make it clear, because it will be revealed by fire." Yeah, so my dream was fire. And the fire will test what kind of work each one does. Meaning all the stuff he did on his earth, like, saving souls, soul winners, and, bringing people to the Lord, etc., etc. Yeah, let's see here. What kind? 14. If what someone will build survives, he will receive a reward. Meaning, if your motive is right, then rewards will come out. But if someone's work is burned up, he will suffer loss. He himself will be saved, but as through fire only. Do you know that you are God's temple and that God's Spirit lives in you? So therefore, if you're in a bema seat, and I'll show you a picture of what I'm talking about in a minute. But if you're at the bema seat and you did good on earth, then you'll receive rewards. But if you're a lazy Christian and you do nothing for God, then you get nothing. Lazy people don't get it because the Lord don't like lazy Christians. And believe me, there's a lot of lazy ones out there. Lukewarm, carnal, etc. You name it. There's a lot of lazy ones out there. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to save souls, pass out tracts. They don't want to do any of that. And they go up there empty-handed. Because their works be tested by fire and they come out empty-handed because their motives are wrong. Because instead of doing what the Lord told them to do, they did it quite opposite what they want to do. They did it worldly way instead of God's way. So therefore, they get nothing and they come out empty-handed. Okay. Now this one, I was reading from the NET Bible. Now I'm reading for New King James Version. "For no foundation can anyone lay than which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. Now if anyone builds on this foundation with gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, or straw, each one's work will become clear, for the day will declare it, because it will be revealed by fire." Like I was saying, Lord's fire. Not the lake of fire, the Lord's fire. It's two different types of fire. The lake of fire is when you're burning for eternity. That's for rejecting Christ in your heart. And the Lord's fire is the bema seat. It's two different types of fire. God's fire and Satan's fire. So it's two different types of fire. Just as long as you choose one wisely, and that's the Lord's fire. And the fire will test each work of what sort it is. Like I was saying before, it depends on what the Lord wants you to do on this earth, whether you obeying Him or have the right motive in your heart. and then you'll get rewarded for it. But if you don't obey him, want to do things your way, then you get nothing. Of each work which is held built on endures, he will receive a reward. Like I said, if you do it, the Lord tells you, if you have the right motive in your heart and do what God tells you to do, then you'll get rewarded. If not, you'll get nothing. If each one's work is burned, he will suffer loss. Like I was saying, if you don't do what he said, you'll suffer loss. Simple as that. If he tells you to do something and you want to do it your way, not saving souls, not passing on tracts, not spreading seed, if you're doing the opposite of what the Lord tells you, then you suffer loss. You get no rewards at all. You get nothing, basically, and that's embarrassment. But he himself will be saved, yet so as through fire. Do you not know that the temple of God is that the Spirit of God dwells within you? If anyone defiles the temple of God, God will destroy him, for the temple of God is a holy, which is the temple you are. Yeah, so temple is the body that you're in. That's the temple, and a lot of people are destroying their temple. A lot of people's doing that and putting drugs and stuff and all kind of disease in their body, and it's a mess. But anyways, I'm going to show you the graphic, what I'm talking about. Because the graphic of the bema seat, where we'll be facing. Yeah, it's a graphic thing that I have. I'll show you guys. Let's see here. I don't know if you can see this or. Yeah. Right here. This will be facing right here. I don't know if you can see that clearly or not. Right here, these are the crowns we're gonna receive, and this is at the bema seat right here. We're gonna be facing. This is getting rewards right here, and this is losing rewards. That's if you didn't do what he say. And yeah, okay, yeah, you can see that. This is yeah, like I was saying, if you don't do what he say, and had the right motive in your heart, and don't obey his commands, and you get this. If you do obey his commands, you get this. Obey, not obey. God's way, worldly's way. The world's way. God's way. Your way. His way. So if you get this, then you disobey. If you get this, then you obey. And these are different types of crowns you'll get at the bema seat. So if your heart is right with God, then you get this. If it's not right with him, then you get this. So, and believe me, all this will be an embarrassment. Because he will reveal the whole thing in front of everybody, and I mean everybody. Because everybody's going to see if you get anything or not. And believe me, you can't hide nothing from him. Can't keep no secret from him. If you got a secret in your heart, and he knows about it, so might as well confess it now, because he already knows. Yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot. And another verse I wanted to tell you. Let's see here. Yeah, the Corinthians. Let's see here. Let me go to that page, Corinthians, real quick. Was I on it a minute ago? I lost it. I was on there a minute ago. Okay, so, oh man, I was just there. Sorry, I lost the page. I was just there a minute ago. Yeah, hold on, y'all. Bear with me. I was just there. Oh man, I was just there. Yeah, I was just there a minute ago. Yeah, just there a minute ago. Yeah, guys, bear with me. I was just there a minute ago. Second Corinthians. Okay. Oh man, I lost my page. Bear with me, guys. I was just there. Let me get it back. It's somewhere in here. Where is it? Man, I was just there a minute ago. Oh, here's back here. Yeah, hold on, God, bear with me. Okay, here we go. 2 Corinthians. Yeah, okay, here we go. Let's see here. 2 Corinthians 5:10. Alrighty. Now I'm doing the same thing here. Read this to you. 2 Corinthians 5:10. 5:10. Alrighty. It says here, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ. Like I was saying, we're going to stand before him, so that each one may be paid back according to what he has done while he was in the body, whether good or evil. Like I was saying, good or evil, whether good or bad, you're going to have to stand before him one day. Good or bad, don't matter. But like I was saying before, that's the NET here, the New King James Version. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that each one may receive the things done in the body according to what he has done, whether good or bad. So yeah, we're going to stand before the bema seat, whether we did good or bad, whether we did right with the Lord or not. We still going to stand before him. And there's just no way out of it. We either going to get the crowns or we get nothing. We get wood, you get silver, gold, silver, precious stones, or you get wood, stubble, and hay, and straw. So the Lord has his fire and Satan has his fire, so choose the right fire. Either the Lord's fire, which you get rewards, which is the good fire, or the lake of fire, which is the bad fire. So, but anyway. Yeah, and let's see here. 1 Corinthians. Let me see if it, oh yeah, here it is. I'll read you the context for the 1 Corinthians 3:11. The fire will test each one's work. I'll read that to you real quick. This is the most detailed description of the judgment seat of Christ found in Scripture verse Romans 14:10, 2 Corinthians 5:10. The wood or dross, probably good works done with a proud or selfish motive, like I was saying, selfish, you mean doing things your own way instead of God's way, will be burned up. That means you're doing things your own way instead of God's way, the worldly way instead of godly way. One whose works are consumed shall be saved, but will have no rewards for eternity. That means you lose your rewards, you get nothing forever. Faithful believers' works for Jesus Christ will be rewarded forever. On obvious appeal to Christians to accept Jesus Christ's challenge to lay up for yourself treasures in heaven. Matthew 6:20. For a day of judgment will declare it. 1 Corinthians 3:13. Paul yearned for these saints to live godly lives so they would receive a full reward. It shall be noted that it is not salvation that will be lost at this judgment seat, but rewards. So your salvation is not lost, but your rewards are. You still in heaven, but you get nothing because you failed to obey God's rules and laws. And you failed to have the right motive with him to win souls and do what he tells you to do and obey him. You failed because you had a wrong motive in your heart. So, and because of that, you get nothing. Now, 2 Corinthians now. Read that context to you. 2 Corinthians 5:10. Go there real quick. We must all appear before a judgment seat of Christ. Here's the context to that one. The judgment seat of Christ should concern all who are Christians and influence and paralyze our lifestyle, because we shall give an account to how we have lived, whether good or bad. See Romans 14:10 through 11 and 1 Corinthians 3:11 through 15. Like I was saying, guys, depends on how you did on this earth, and that's how God's going to judge you. Depends your worth, whether you bring souls to the Lord, whether you're winning souls for the Lord, whether you bring souls into the kingdom, whether you pass on tracts, whether you're telling people the Lord is coming and Jesus is coming back, and twinkling of an eye. And whether you're doing all this or not, Lord is looking at you, and He got all His days, or your days, remembered in a book. Yeah, so guys, oh man, I only got 15 minutes left. Sorry, guys. But anyway, guys, time's run out. So I got 15 minutes left. But anyways, guys, I just want to tell you about my dream in 1 to 30 minutes. But this phone about to die on me soon. So I got 15% left. But that's Lord. So yeah, whether you did good or bad, depends on how you live your life on this earth, and depends on your motive of your heart. Because Lord can see your heart, and He can see what kind of motive you have even before He brings you up there. Even before you get raptured, you see what kind of heart you have, what kind of motive you have. Because He can read your heart, and He knows what kind of motive you have even before you have it. So He knows where you're going to bring souls to Him or not, or tell people that He's coming back or not. He knows all that already. And He knows whether you're going to tell people or not, whether you're going to pass out tracts or not, or whether you're going to have a right motive to see rewards or not. He knows all that before you do. So, alright guys, I want to let you know, about to cut this off. I hate to make it short. It wanted to be 30 minutes, but the phone about to die on me. So, alright guys, thanks for listening, and next time I make a 30-minute video instead of a short one. So, alright guys, God bless, and thanks for listening, and I'm praying for you guys, and I need prayer also. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in heaven, and at the bema seat, and see what goes on from there. So thanks guys, and God bless, and hope to see you in heaven.